Welcome to the Your MCM Sports Show with Brian Rose,
Tricia Callahan,
and Abel Tovar.
I feel like I'm yelling. We are brought to you by Dr. Olen Gin Magical Mineral Face Scrub. Get ready to feel your facial skin in a whole new way, such as you never felt before. Visit the website down below for more information. It is awesome. So let's get right to our t-shirt giveaway. Our t-shirt giveaway winner for this week is going to be
Aaron.
What's your last name?
Brian.
Aaron Brian. You won. So give us a call or shoot us a message on Facebook, and make sure everybody hit us up on Facebook. Get all your friends to like us, your baby mamas, your baby daddies. Get all of them to like us. Facebook.com/YourMCM. I'm on fire tonight.
Aaron, call in and get your shirt, girl.
Or just call in.
All right, so by the way, Oakland is beating Texas, so we're going to be 2 games back. I'm excited.
Oh, that's great.
So let's jump right into it. Our debate.
This is our Cave Dweller segment. We'll bring up some topics and we will debate about them for questions from you guys. So, yes, we are going to get straight into the replacement refs. This week, the NFL players and coaches, are they fed up with the replacement officials? Coaches and players around the league are losing patience and speaking out against the fill-in officials following a slew of questionable calls in the game Sunday and Monday night. Roger Goodell sent me a memo to the players and coaches stating to respect the replacements or you will receive a fine.
And actually, there's a couple of fines already given out.
Belichick got a 50.
Yeah, Belichick got $50K.
What does he get, like $5 million a year though? So what's that?
That's true.
Yeah, but nobody wants to give away $50K.
It's like 1%.
I would never want somebody grabbing me.
Yeah.
So our first question is: Coach Belichick wrong for grabbing an official?
Of course, he was wrong. But actually, the more you look at it, the more it wasn't that bad, and the official should have actually talked to him a little bit when he grabbed him, but those officials were trying to get out of town. They're trying to get on that bus right away after that game.
Yeah, that end of the game was pretty heated.
Yeah, but yeah, he was wrong for grabbing him the way he did. But Belichick, in my mind, thinks he's above everybody else. But hey,
oh, go home with your tuck rule. Get over it. If he, I don't agree with him grabbing the official, but I understand it because it's Belichick. The guy barely ever speaks wrongly of anybody. He barely says anything at all. So for him to get that upset, they had to screw up big time for him to get that pissed off.
And from what I was hearing, the guy understands the rule book in and out. And he will, say he doesn't know or act like he doesn't know just to test the person he's talking to see if they understand the rule.
Wow.
So
who, Belichick or the official?
Belichick. So
smart guy.
Some things that he was doing, he was disagreeing with the refs, and you can't blame these refs. I mean, the NFL put the refs in these positions. These are Division III guys at best, college at best. Lingerie football.
Okay, actually, speaking about the officials, after Monday night's game, the Lingerie League head of officials, he put out a statement saying that the officials that are in the NFL that were from the Lingerie League, they actually were kicked out of the Lingerie League because they weren't good enough to be in the Lingerie League, and the NFL picked them up. So it was kind of, because like you said it right now, it's kind of a condescending statement when you say, oh, they're Lingerie League officials. Like they're not good even if they were in the league.
So what does that say for the NFL? I mean, to me, it insults my intelligence. You're going to tell me that these officials are just as good as the officials last year? I mean, think about it. I understand there's bad calls, years before this, But you think about the tuck rule, okay, bad break, but the tuck rule is in the rule book, right?
To get over it.
So, yeah, I mean, you really can't get upset about it. It's in the rule book. But things like simultaneous catch and things like that, whether a person has possession first and another person puts their hand in there, you can't call that a simultaneous catch.
Do you really think Goodell's sitting and watching these games and not jumping out of his chair? I mean, if he loves football that much.
He doesn't, though. It's a business. Yeah. He doesn't care.
He gets paid, $20 million a year?
And he's not going to speak up. He's not going to speak up no matter what because he's got a boss. He's got 32 bosses.
Yeah.
True.
And he goes against them, he's out of a job. He can go against the players all day because, first of all, the players gave him power, so they can't do anything. And you don't want to upset the owners.
I think are we at a tipping point? Yeah. I think this is the worst of the worst. I mean, we pay for tickets. I mean, think about when you go to a game, you're gonna drop $100 a ticket, right? Minimum, probably. You're gonna drop $100 a ticket. You're gonna pay $20 for parking. You're gonna, if you're tailgating, you're gonna buy $50 worth of food.
And
then when you get in, you're still gonna drink, right? And you're still gonna probably buy food because you're trying to sober up to drive home. So you're thinking, oh, for one person, you're probably gonna drop $300 for a ticket or for a game. And then you're going to buy jerseys. You're going to buy NFL Sunday ticket. You're going to watch the Red Zone and all this other memorabilia. These cups are even going to the NFL.
Yeah. Would you want your...
What is that doing on here?
So you just have to think all this stuff that we're not only engaging with the NFL, but we're spending our time, we're spending our money, our hard-earned money towards the NFL. We deserve, or I just feel like I deserve a better product than I'm watching.
But you don't. We don't. I don't, because we're going to pay regardless. I'm a season ticket holder. I'm still going to go to the games when they play at home. This isn't going to deter anybody from watching at all. In fact, it's probably going to get more ratings. The Sports Center on ESPN, the show after, was the highest rated one it's ever been after Monday night's game.
Rating. To give you guys an example, at that time, was it like Jay Leno gets a 1 rating. SportsCenter got a 5.
Right. It's honestly, it's like NASCAR. People don't care about the race. You want to see the accidents. People are tuning into football now for the same reason. They want to see what kind of screwed up call it's going to be, when the worst case scenario is going to happen, and unfortunately, it happened this Monday. That's the absolute worst case scenario for these refs. A one call that's going to cost somebody a game, and it happened on the last play.
Speaking of other ref calls, do you think that John Harbaugh of the Ravens deserved that technical foul call on Sunday night?
I haven't seen a technical foul call in a long time.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Well, do you believe he was trying to call a timeout?
No. I don't believe he was trying to call a timeout. He was telling the ref to come here, but if you're on, coaches step on the field a lot of times. They step on the field to get the attention of the player, to get the attention of the ref. It happens every game, a couple times a game. He had literally 1 foot off the sideline to step on the field, gesturing, come here, to the ref. That didn't deserve a 15-yard penalty at that crucial time in the game. I don't think so.
No, I don't. I agree with you. He didn't deserve it. I did like how he tried to say he was calling for a timeout to get out of it. I mean, he's a hardball, smart thinking on his end, but no, he didn't deserve it. But it actually, I did like though that he got the penalty, because it showed the referees weren't going to be bullied.
Yeah,
they're finally putting their foot down, standing up for themselves. And
but to throw the flag at that time in the game,
doesn't matter. They got to do it too. Someone's got to be made an example of.
All right, if you were a coach in the NFL, would you press the limits knowing what you know now about the replacements?
Yeah, definitely. Of course I would. Of course. I mean, even penalty. Why not?
Imagine if it was real.
I would tell my players, hey, they're not calling the grabbing as much.
Yeah.
Off the line, grab somebody's jersey. They're not holding. I mean, on that last play of the Seattle game, there was like 4 or 5 different penalties. There was blocks in the backs they could have called. Everything. I tell my players to get away with it as long as you can, because these officials, they're not trained NFL officials, and they're watching the ball more than they're watching the area that they're supposed to be.
They don't have the old referees. We took for granted how much their head was on the swivel. Not only did they watch, where the play was going, they tried to look ahead and see where the play was going, not where it is at this moment, and then they were looking at another player for blocking the back or grabbing where their hands were, and then the way that they let plays go, when, let's say, like that hands in the face on the Monday night game, when the run was completely to the right side, it had nothing to do with the wide receiver and the cornerback who were just having for lack of better terms, a piss contest over there, seeing who can block who.
Yeah.
And the refs called a hands in the face. That had nothing to do with the play, but yet the ref called the flag, and the older refs will let that go.
For the most part.
Yeah.
All right, Michael Vick. Is he the starting quarterback moving forward? Our Reed was asked Monday when he would consider a change at quarterback after the Eagles' 27-6 loss to the NFC West Cardinals, in which Vick was sacked 5 times and fumbled twice. One that was returned on a 93-yard return for Arizona touchdown on the final play of the first half. Our cave dwellers would like to know, should they sit Michael Vick in their fantasy team or get another QB off waivers?
If you have him on your team, if you're unlucky enough to pick him as your first quarterback off the board, yeah, you have to sit this guy. He's not reading the defenses at all. He's regressing. If you look at Michael Vick, you guys want to know what does actual regress mean? Take a look at Michael Vick. That's a perfect example of a quarterback regressing. He can't read the linebackers where they're going, and if they even try to disguise it, you're gonna fool. You're gonna fool them before the snap even counts, or before the ball's even snapped. So they're just in a bad situation. Michael Vick is almost like fool's gold.
But we're talking about fantasy football, right?
Fantasy for this point. Yeah, this question.
Depending on who you have or who's out there, I say keep him because he may get a lot of turnovers, but just like in game 1 of the season, he had, 4 interceptions?
4 interceptions.
But he still put up 300 yards, and fantasy-wise, he actually got a lot of points because he had, a couple touchdowns, 300 yards throwing, and, I mean, the interceptions docked some points, but he still got a lot more than I expected. So, points, fantasy-wise, yeah, if you're a fan of the Eagles, sucks for you because he's just going to get – he may put up points, but he's going to be turning the ball over like crazy, and
so how do you
he's not going to get better.
They're 2-1. Are they fine?
No, but 2-1, like with the last second win against Cleveland, and
this comes from Van, our Eagles fan from LA.
No, they got issues. And I mean, I've said it all along. I've never been a Vic fan, especially before he got the $100 million contract. Yeah. To me, he's never been a winning quarterback. He's exciting to watch at times, but he's not going to get you to the Super Bowl, and he's not going to win it. Yeah. He's not durable.
I wouldn't say too much of a Vic fan, but I was in his corner when all that stuff happened. I wanted him to make a comeback in the NFL. Yeah, I definitely wanted that to happen.
Why?
I'm kind of the underdog type of guy. If I see a story,
it's funny you say underdog with Vic.
No pun intended. But I just rooted for his comeback. But I think the problem starts at the top. Andy Reid you can't have this guy throwing near 50 times a game. I mean, that's just ridiculous. You have McCoy on the team. I mean, one of the top 3 running backs arguably in the NFL. You have to use him more. And I think you have to start with Andy Reid. It's not all Michael Vick. It starts with Andy Reid. So, Van, your Eagles are in trouble because your head coach doesn't understand what the problem is, and obviously your quarterback doesn't understand what the problem is.
All right. We're going to move right along to the NFC West. Some may think this sounds crazy, but do you believe this division from top to bottom is improved compared to the prior season? And all of the teams on the upswing.
Abel?
I got there's a 7-Eleven by my house, and this guy I go into, he's a Raider fan. We always talk garbage to each other all the time.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you must have so much fun.
I made a $100 bet with him because I told him the NFC West is going to have 3 defenses in the top 10. And he thought it was absolutely ridiculous.
This is before week 1?
This was before preseason.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting paid. Honestly, where did I see? There was a shirt that said, West Coast offense, but it's West Coast defense.
Yeah.
The NFC West is defensive. I mean, top to bottom. And if the Rams are going to catch up to the rest of the teams in the NFC West, defense wins championships.
Do you think it's possible for the NFC to have 3 playoff teams?
I'm not sold on Russell Wilson, so no.
Well, the thing is, their defense plays so tough. Because in week 1, I was talking about how close Carlos Rogers and the company played the Packers. When there was a zone, even if it feel like every yard they were touching, they had a hand on it, let them know, hey, I'm right here. If the ball comes, if I don't intercept it, I'm going to attack you right away. But it seems like the Seattle Seahawks took it a step further with that. They were more physical because they were able to play man all the time. Because you have those 6'4", 6'3" cornerbacks.
Well, they only got one player in their secondary under 6 foot.
Yeah, see, that's incredible. And people were talking about how Pete Carroll whiffed on all these drafts. No. He was drafted for defense, and everybody was looking at offense. He put a heck of a team together defensively.
Whoa, he drafted Aaron Curry, so yeah. He whiffed.
Yeah, he did.
He whiffed.
Okay.
Major.
Hey, he's still doing decent for the Raiders. Decent.
One man's garbage, another man's treasure.
Decent. Then do you believe that we need to start believing in the Seahawks and the Cardinals?
Cardinals, I'm 100% brought into the Cardinals. Defensively, they're amazing. Offensively, they still have some kinks to work out. We still don't know if Cobb is going to be the starting quarterback once the other quarterback gets healthy. So there's still some question marks offensively, but I'm still brought into the team.
For Arizona, I'm not sold on them. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up who they played here so far.
Arizona, they played some tough teams. They played Philly. They played
Philly. Okay, see
New England, and last week.
last week they played. Wait, who did?
They played Philly last week.
Yeah, they played Philly last week. Hold on, pull it up right here.
Week 1, I don't recall.
Okay, so we have. They played Miami first game.
Oh Lord.
So. Come on.
I mean, they did. Well, you could look at that New England game. Even the
I'm sorry. They played Seattle. They played Seattle, New England, and then Philly.
So I mean, those teams are nothing. You can't just look at those and say, "Hey, they had an easy road."
But you can, because Seattle's quarterback Russell Wilson only had 153 yards. He only had 130 on Monday.
Look at the Brady. How many yards did Brady have when he played there?
Brady had 316.
How many touchdowns did Brady have?
Well, I don't see it here, but I mean, they didn't.
I think it was only one.
They didn't put up a lot of points against
I think they only had one touchdown.
But at the same time, New England's, that's their weakness, is their offensive line. Brady's been rattled since the end of last season and the first game of this season. He's been rattled. People are getting to him, especially in the preseason, more often than they have in previous years. So to say that they're just copying the blueprint that other teams have set out. They got good pressure up front, but I still don't buy them, especially because of the quarterback situation. Well, they don't have a set quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
Because who's going to come back? Skelton gets healthy. Who's going to be the QB?
Yeah, I do agree with you there. But the one thing that has me sold is when you go to New England and you hold them to one touchdown and a bunch of field goals, that impresses me. Especially when New England very next week turns around and puts up near 30 points in Baltimore. And that's supposed to be a good defense. So I'm impressed.
But that's another game like the Seattle. Seattle's a 1-2 team. And the Cardinals are really 2-1 because New England lost that game. Arizona didn't win it.
They lost. You can say, okay, the fumble was a break, and then the
our
missed
producer
field goal was a
is
break.
having a little bit of fun right now because we're speaking of the Patriots.
Is that his team?
They're 1-2, so you don't get too happy about it.
All right, speaking of records,
okay.
I'm going to run down some 2-1 teams, and I want to know who's better or worse in their record. So we got like Dallas, Philly, Chicago, the Niners, Baltimore, San Diego. Who on your radar is kind of like
better or worse?
Worse. Let's start with worse.
Jets are worse than their record.
Oh, definitely. Jets and Buffalo.
Jets had a horrible game offensively. And Buffalo, I don't know. I don't quite know yet. Defensively, they're not what everybody thought they were going to be. All those big free agent moves that they made in the offseason turned out to be
waste of money.
Yeah, big time. I think Baltimore is right on schedule. 2-1 team. I think they're right where they want to be. And I think Philadelphia is also a lot worse. A lot worse than their team. A lot worse than their record, I should say. What about you, Abel?
No, there's a lot of 2-1 teams that shouldn't be 2-1. Philly's won. They should have lost the Cleveland game. The Jets definitely are just terrible. Buffalo and San Diego.
Oh yeah.
San Diego hasn't played anybody.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Once they play, they
destroyed them.
Scored 3 points.
Exactly. When they played a real team, they got destroyed. So.
Even the Raiders can put up more than 3 points at home. Right?
Yeah. So there's a lot of teams. I mean, it's early in the season. It'll even out as the season goes on, and the teams will be exposed, and you'll see what they're really about. But the 49ers, I'm sorry, Minnesota's 2-1.
Minnesota. Well, here's the thing. I knew they were going to have trouble that game. Last week I told you
called it. I'll give you that. You called it a trap game.
Last year they had brutal schedule with the travel, and when you have that 2 years in a row, it has to wear on you at some point. And it showed last week early in the season. And they have a road-heavy first half of the season. And I think, they might even be, 3-2, maybe something like that.
Niners?
They might be. But the second half of the season, I think that's where you're going to see them, They're definitely going to win 11 or 12 games.
I didn't want to say anything, but with Madden 13, I play it weekly. I do the franchise with the 49ers, and I play one game a week in the franchise mode for the upcoming game. I actually lost the Minnesota game.
Are you serious?
I lost that game. I actually got whooped that game. So I didn't want to say anything because I was like, it's a fluke, But it was a bad omen. When I lost, I was kind of like, damn, that's bad. That's a bad time.
Yeah. And this is the first game I was half faced rooting. Sorry for
You
this.
were like half
For
red
the
and
Ni-
gold,
I
half
was
black.
Who
in,
cares?
half out on the Niners, and I'm rooting. I'm texting Abel.
We don't
and then
want you.
the
Yeah,
first
no, you're done.
touchdown-
You're done, dude.
The first touchdown, Abel was like, "Say you're a Raider fan right now."
Yeah, you're done. No,
Yeah. You
you're
need to
not.
stick to your.
Yeah.
I think I found my winning formula. Just root for
You're
the
done.
Niners.
No, you're
That's
done.
not even funny.
You're
Okay,
done.
Arizona, Atlanta, and Houston are 3-0. Who is deserving?
Houston.
Houston, definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe Atlanta. Atlanta, they've been flirting with
Mm.
this record and playoff appearance, or what did I say? Division lead for a long time, for a couple of years. I think they do deserve their record. I think their defense is amazing, and I think that Matty Ice is finally, after 5 years in the league, he's finally showing what he can do.
They're, to me, the Atlanta Hawks of the NFL.
Oh no!
They're a great.
It's not
They're
that
the, or you can call them the Peyton Mannings, the best regular season team that there is.
Mm-hmm.
They're awesome in the regular
Yeah.
season, but come playoff time, they get skunked. I mean, they get whooped. Look, last year, what they have? They scored like 3 points against Giants.
Yeah, it was bad.
But that's been like the pattern 2-3 years in a row. They have a great regular season. Come playoff time, for whatever reason, they can't take that next step, and they lose. So I'm not sold on them. I believe they'll have a good seed, a good record, but come playoff time, they'll be out first round.
So where do you have Arizona then?
Again, the quarterback thing. If Skelton's hurt, so
I think the way Cobb's playing now, I don't think Skelton lost his job.
but you don't think, or you?
I do think Skelton.
But see,
lost his job.
Skelton was playing like that before he got hurt. Like that's what they're so up and down. One player will get hurt, the other one will play bad, then the other one will play good, then he'll have a bad game, and they just keep flip flopping back and forth. Now Cobb's playing good. Maybe the benching, finally taught him to man up. But until that's situated, come week 6, and it's definite, then we'll know. But I don't.
And finally, Fitzgerald has
I
a
don't-
breakout game. I mean,
Yeah,
finally.
we're waiting on that.
Yeah, I mean, if you had him on your fantasy team, actually, my friend texted me over the weekend. He said, "Should I bench Fitzgerald?" I actually told him yes,
No.
but he didn't do it.
No.
So but the guy had like 30 yards in 2 games.
But he always puts up numbers regardless of who the quarterback is.
Yeah, I think now they're going to be okay, and their defense. I mean, long as you're in the game defensive wise, and the defense is going to keep you in the game, you never know.
All right, let's talk about some 1 and 2 teams like your Raiders.
Here we go.
Do you think they'll turn it
Oh,
around?
the back. They're all back now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are they gonna
Raider
turn it
Nation.
around?
Will
No,
they turn it around,
no.
or are they done?
The
I
Raider
won't say
Nation's
they're
back
done,
from their 2-week
But
vacation.
you got to think their schedule is pretty tough. But I did not suspect them to win against Pittsburgh. The only reason why I think they won against Pittsburgh is terrible at the zone blocking defense. They're too slow. They're not fast enough. They are strong up front, but they're too slow. And McFadden, he showed with that 64-yard run that he had, why they're suspect against the zone blocking. But no, that didn't really. Defensively, they still show that there's holes in the cover too that
Give
they
him his
play.
Raider time.
I know.
Make
I'm
excuses.
trying to jump in here, but
Go ahead, Abel. Go
when's
ahead.
the last time they played the Pittsburgh and they had Palomalu?
Yeah, they have
Palomalu always misses. I think it's like the last 3 times they've
Yeah.
played.
They
Palomalu
figured
hasn't
they
been
don't need
there.
him.
Yeah.
Give him some
He's
rest.
a
For whatever,
USC guy.
they get lucky.
He
He
wants to
gets
give him a
hurt
break.
around that time. There's no James Harrison. They never play the Steelers at full strength. Never.
Clark wasn't in there either, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't think Clark.
But same time, no Mendenhall.
Yeah.
You got 2 fat running backs that are slower than hell, and they're terrible. They had like 15 yards running total. I mean, it was pathetic.
So funny.
But with Big Ben, the Raiders still have problems on defense, and it showed. Yeah, we did put a little pressure on Big Ben, but Big Ben always gets sacked because he holds on to the ball. Any team can sack.
But you can't bring him down.
Yeah.
You can't bring them down. They get to him, but that was a ridiculous game.
I said the Raiders would win, I think 9 or 8 games.
You're insane.
Wow.
I said that. I said that
insane.
when we had our special at the locker room. But I'm more around the 6th win realistically. I don't see them defensively pulling it together that fast.
All right, Abel, do you have a 1 and 2 team that will turn it around?
Wait, who do we got this 1 and 2? Let me check here my standings. Hold on, folks. I got my NFL.com here.
I wish the Raiders would do it, but I don't think so. I think they're actually going to lose. They're playing in Denver.
They signed 2 new players.
1
this
and
week.
2. 1 and 2.
Defensive
Oh,
end
they did.
and a wide receiver.
What was the wide receiver
Oh.
they signed?
I
Okay,
forget.
I got one.
I forget.
New England.
Yeah,
New England's going to turn around.
New England's going to make the playoffs. I mean, if you guys don't think they're not going to make the playoffs, that's just ridiculous.
New England and Denver are going to turn it around and make the playoffs. It's it's a freak loss that they had.
Denver has a brutal schedule so far. It's just brutal.
But they're still, I mean, looking at the AFC West, they're the best team there. Kansas City, Jamal Charles had to have like a career game for them to have a chance in that game.
Yeah, and that 91-yard run was ridiculous.
He's back though from the knee injury at least.
Yeah, he's fast.
All right, did you have a fantasy bust this week 3? My
Fantasy
entire
bust.
team was a bust. Entire team.
Oh, Russell Wilson, if you have him, was a bust. Besides that touchdown, that wasn't really a touchdown. Michael Vick, we touched on it earlier.
Major
He's
bust.
actually a bust. I mean,
Major.
For that guy to not be able to read the defense in 10 actual years playing quarterback in the NFL,
It's terrible.
Pretty bad.
I mean, I only got 5 points from Gore this week.
Yeah, they were still.
They only ran it 12 times.
Yeah, they
And he
were
was averaging
still.
5 yards a carry. I don't know why they didn't go to
Because
it.
they're playing from behind. Not
No,
as
they only
a
ran-
different team playing from behind.
No, they started throwing the game. They just, for whatever reason, they just came out gunning. They ran it like 5 times in the first half. For whatever, I don't know why. I mean, even Harbaugh after the game, they asked him about it. Why didn't you go to it? And he said, I don't have an answer for you. Even though it's his job to have that answer because he's the one that makes the call.
He doesn't share anything anyway.
Yeah, but I love Harbaugh, but sometimes you got to accept blame. I mean, he's the one calling it.
Yeah.
He's the one saying, and he should be, if the offensive coordinator is the one calling all these pass plays, then he's the one that needs to say, hey, all right, run the ball.
Yeah.
We're a power team. Do it.
And it's it was kind of reversed, if we're going to touch on that game real quick here. But to watch Minnesota eat up the clock like they did, run the ball, pound the ball like they did, they almost took on the personality of the Niners a little bit. They were playing the Niners game a little bit better than the Niners were.
Yes, they out-Ninered them.
Yeah.
Which is terrible.
So coming up next, we're going to get to what everyone's talking about with our top performers and our Who Are You Bro Players of the Week. Coming up next on your MCM Sports Show.
What's wrong, you guys?
Brian?
Hey, listen up. Are you a fan of the Lingerie Football League? The fastest growing professional sport in the nation? Then we have an app for you, Ultimate LFL. With Ultimate LFL, get the latest news, videos, and Twitter alerts on the Lingerie Football League. Always stay up to date and in the loop. Ultimate LFL, only available in the Google App Store. Download it now. Ultimate LFL. Men, do you need to get a gift for your lady? Glamorous wine carriers are the perfect gift. Great for anniversary presents, birthdays, maybe you messed up and need a way to say sorry. We have tons of styles and fun designs for everyone. The ladies at Glamorous Doodads design and handcraft incredible gifts like wine accessories, handmade jewelry, and many more luxurious gift items. Never before seen items like cowboy boot wine carriers, lipstick wine carriers, and martini totes, complete with the glass holders and some incredibly unique gifts you'll find only at Glamorous Doodads. Not many boutiques these days specialized in featured products made here in the USA, much less handcrafted in the fabulous Las Vegas. For more information, please check out their website, glamorousdoodads.com. That's glamorousdoodads.com, or give them a call at 702-366-0399. 702-366-0399. Ladies, you will love Glamorous Doodads, and men, your ladies will love you for stopping in. Don't serve your wine naked, dress it up.
Shinobi Ninja, Brooklyn, NYC, for the key.
Welcome back to your MCM Sports Show with Brian Rose,
Tricia Callahan,
Abel Tovar.
Thank you for watching, guys. We are brought to you by Dr. Olen Magic Mineral Facial Scrub. That's a mouthful. Get ready to feel your facial skin in a whole new way, such as you never felt before. Go ahead and take a look at their website, located down below.
It smells really good.
Yeah.
And it looks like this.
Does it? Let me see.
It does. Watch out, it'll drip out on you. Don't ask.
It does smell good.
Yeah, so check them out. And thanks for sending that over.
All right, we're going to get right into our top performers of the week. Brian, tell me your offensive top player of the week.
Matty Ice, Matt Ryan.
Right back to Atlanta.
30 for 40 times they passed the ball. But keep in mind they were playing the Chargers. But 275 yards passing, 3 TDs. He only gave up 4 sacks on the entire season so far, so 4 sacks in 3 games. Like I said in the segment before that, before we went to commercial, I'm buying in on them. He's my offensive player of the week.
Trish.
All right, I'm going to go with Andy Dalton. Dalton. He went 19 for 27 with 3 touchdowns, 328 yards, averaging 12 yards per pass.
Yeah.
He's kind of on fire this week.
The ginger stud. Is that derogatory? Is that
ginger? I don't think so.
I saw if they play it on South Park, I can call him ginger.
He's a redhead.
Well, so you can't go by anything with South Park. I mean, come on.
It's on Comedy Central. I can say it here.
Yeah. All right, Abel, who do you got?
I got, damn it, Christian Ponder.
Oh.
Statistically, wasn't a great game. He was only 21 of 35, 198 yards, 2 TDs.
He made the passes when he needed to.
Right. That's why I picked him. Yeah. Well, actually, his QBR, and this is one of the few times this actually happened, his QBR and his quarterback rating were almost the same. His QBR was 90.4, and his quarterback rating was 94. Like you said, he made the plays when he had to. I mean, his second touchdown, or his first one, I'm sorry, was a miracle that he threw up there, and the guy pushed off and caught it with one hand. But he made the plays. He scrambled. Why I picked him was his poise in the pocket. He scrambled like a vet. Like he felt
with the poise in the pocket.
Yeah, potential.
Say it, go say
and
it.
He has potential.
Every week. Every week, that damn word. So he had a hell of a game. He did pick apart the 49ers defense, which
I just
stopped.
think they were fatigued and like I said, they were fatigued and a little tired.
Honestly, I thought that they were going to steamroll the Minnesota Vikings, because they admitted they didn't have the energy. They didn't come out with the energy that they come out with all the time.
Watch out for that Jets game too.
No.
I'm still gonna pick the
Give them
Niners
some
to
credit.
win. I'm still gonna pick the Niners to win.
Come on.
It's
After a
gonna be
whooping
tough.
they took,
It's going to be tough.
No, they're going to come out pissed off and focused. It's going to suck to be a Jet or a Jet fan. They are going to get steamrolled.
We'll talk about that in our picks.
And no Darrell Revis? Come on now.
That's right.
They're going to get steamrolled.
You know what? That's the best player on the team. Defense or offense,
exactly.
It doesn't matter. The best player on the team. It's almost like if the Lakers lost Kobe Bryant.
And not only that, knowing that you have him out there makes everybody feel, gives them a certain comfort level.
Exactly.
He's gone. Now they know the entire field's open. You can't. He used to shut down one side of the field. Now it's open.
At the very least, shut down a receiver.
Yeah.
At the very least.
One person off the table, but not. That's open season.
Yep. He's the actual only cornerback since Deion Sanders that can take away a slant. He can play the seam and take away a slant. I haven't seen a cornerback do that since probably Deion.
He could play any style.
Yeah.
I mean, off the wide receiver, he could block him up front. He could do anything.
Yeah. Defensively, I got my boy Clemens on that game. 4 sacks, even though it was all in the first half, but he just was unblockable. He had one of those unblockable moments, one of those Clay Matthews unblockable moments. He was faster. He was faster than the opponent, and he just got there no matter what type of blocking scheme they put on him.
We'll wait for our next segment before I speak on him.
Tell me who your defensive player is, Abel.
It's not one. I think it's the Seattle Seahawks defense as a whole.
Yeah,
I mean, 9 sacks the whole game, 8 in the first half. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
My only thing is, how do you sack a quarterback 8 times and not knock him out of the game?
You can tell it wasn't with malicious intent. It was they were going for it. Because Rodgers is one heck of a mobile quarterback. If you don't go for his legs or anything like that, he can probably scrum away. So you can probably tell that the coach's staff told him, hey, tackle his legs.
All right, we're going to get right into our Who Are You, Bro?
Who are you, bro?
Player of the week.
I don't even know your name. What's your name?
I love this.
I don't know you, bro. All right, so let's talk about Andre Brown. Andre Brown should have earned a permanent role in the Giants' offense with a huge game against Carolina. With Bradshaw facing continued injury issues this season, it won't be surprising to see him atop of the depth chart moving forward. Brown rushed for 113 yards on 20 attempts and 2 TDs. He was drafted by the Giants in the fourth round in 2009. He played at NC State. And actually, I think he was dropped.
He was cut.
Cut for 4 teams, right?
Yeah,
4 or
that's
5 teams. But that just proves, I mean, some guys or some coaching staffs or administrations, I like that word, administration. Maybe because it's election season, I don't know. But some coaching administrations overlook skilled players. I think he just got overlooked too many times.
I don't know. You get cut 4 or 5 times. There's got to be a consensus of why they're doing that.
I mean, look at him. He's a stout runner.
He had a good game.
He had a good game last week, too.
He had a good game that nobody prepared for him. Nobody knew who he was, so they didn't prepare. No schemes were set to stop him. So it's just, I'm trying to think of a comparison, like a Ronnie Brown or someone.
I know when I say this, people are going to flip out. I say Emmitt Smith, the way that
You're sick.
Let me tell you why. Because of the play action fake and because of the draw. Emmitt Smith was excellent at the draw because why? You had Troy Aikman. Look at Eli. He's an excellent quarterback, and you have to play the pass most of the time. I think he's benefited.
One game. Come on.
2 games.
Come on.
All right, let's talk about Carson Palmer, the quarterback of your Oakland Raiders. Palmer completed 24 of 34 passes for 209 yards with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. His first interception of the season, Sunday against the Steelers. Palmer completed passes to 9 different receivers, none of which had more than 5 receptions. The no-huddle plan, embattled offensive coordinator Greg Knapp, was designed to exploit Pittsburgh's big linemen, particularly massive nose tackle Casey Hampton. No pass gained more than 18 yards. Palmer's only mistake came on a throw to wideout Denarius Moore, who slipped before the ball sailed over him and into the hands of Steelers safety Ryan Clark.
I slipped.
He did.
Slipped.
He fell on third base. He was routing.
Slipped.
Actually, he was routing second.
His hand slips a lot.
But I think that the Raiders offensively took a step forward. But I think their problem stink. I think their problem is still going to be on the defensive end. And still, for them to even come back down 10 points in the fourth quarter was amazing to see as a Raider fan. And Palmer's showing some great poise. He's not making mistakes. In this game, he didn't make many mistakes. And them spreading the ball a little bit, the spread offense, giving him some time. He showed what he can do if you give him some time. I'm sure you're ready to pick that apart, Abel. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, one good game. That's all. He's had more bad games coming back from last year than he's had good games. And he had a good game. He still threw a pick, which was high. I mean, I don't know where he was throwing it. You know, the receiver slipped.
The receiver, what happened was he wasn't Darius Moore was looking at, I forgot who was a safety who was over the top. So he stopped running his route, and he slipped trying to run it.
Well, let's get to my guy of the week, Chris Clemens, 30-year-old from the University of Georgia. Now, again, this is kind of an Andre Brown type situation. He had a standout game, 4 solo sacks, but to me, it's almost a once in a lifetime thing. This guy's been on 5 different teams, twice with the Redskins. You don't get cut or you don't spend that much time with so many teams if you're an impact player. He had a hell of a game. Yeah, I'm not taking away from that, but I don't think you're going to see anything close to this on a consistent level.
And I understand that too, and it showed actually because they made some adjustments at halftime and he didn't get 1 sack and 1 tackle
right
after halftime. But the amount of pressure that he brought in that first half was something I haven't seen since Clay Matthews. Even Clay Matthews' USC days didn't do anything like this. Young Clay Matthews. Even a Terrell Suggs. He had a Terrell Suggs-ish half. I mean, that's the only person I can really compare.
No, right.
Maybe Jared Allen, too.
It's a great comparison, but it's not going to be something you're going to see often.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. But just so you guys know who he is, he made your MCM top player.
The world saw him. Everybody watched Monday night. They seen him.
Hey, you keep me on target.
All right, we're going to get straight into your MCM top 10 plays of the week.
It's my favorite time of the show. Number 10. We talked about the zone blocking scheme since preseason, and here it is. An example of what can happen if it's ran properly. McFadden runs for 64 yards for the touchdown to tie the game at 7. McFadden finished with 113 yards on 18 carries.
Oh, after that run, the nation just filled up again.
I
Boom.
love it on the
Everybody back on the ship.
field. I love it on the field.
He did make a player miss here, showing some. That's what they need to get another stadium. I mean, you just run differently when you hit that dirt. You have to run differently. You're gonna fall.
Number 9, Jamal Charles' 91-yard touchdown run, the longest running play in Chiefs history, and the longest run given up by the Saints. Started a Kansas City's comeback. That 91-yard run was more yards Charles had in the first 2 games combined.
He's back.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what do you have, 233 yards?
Yeah. 230. I mean, just the way he broke away from. I mean, he made the Saints safeties look slow.
I honestly didn't know he was that fast. At number 8, this one-handed grab is one of 2 touchdown grabs by Rough Doe. Was there offensive pass interference here? If you ask me, yes. You be the judge. Vikings come away with the victory and upset over the 49ers. I mean, clearly he pushed off.
And a hands in the face.
Still hell of a catch, but
7. The regression of Sam Bradford already in week 3. Of course. Major right safety for the Bears grabs the ball for a quick pick 6. Bears easily run away with the victory. Gone. Do the dance.
Number 6, Andrew Hawkins, a.k.a. Baby Hawk,
That's Baby Hawk.
turns a 10-yard slant into a 60-yard touchdown, going the distance on this play. Is he the best slot receiver in the NFL this year?
not
Yes.
unless Welker died. Come on now.
He's one of the fastest slot receivers in the game.
Does-
Wells Welker has the best quarterback in the game.
Come on. Well,
This guy
Welker
is-
makes
Which is the
Brady.
only game
He
I got
helps
to watch
Brady.
in Washington, D.C.
Yeah. This guy is amazing.
Number 5,
Is that me?
Abel.
Nate Washington possibly makes the catch of the season, reaching over around through Jacob Lacey of the Detroit Lions, and then takes it to the house to help the Titans upset the Lions in this wild thriller.
That's not the only play we see.
That game was awesome. I mean, that was play after play after play. And you know who was on there lighting it up? Sean Hill.
Shot it.
He's just seasoned and he's consistent.
Number 4. Mohamed Sanu, rookie wide receiver for the Bengals, lines up in the Wildcat formation to run it. No way. He's going to throw the bomb to A.J. Green in stride
Damn.
for the touchdown. That's how you run the
That was
Wildcat.
perfect.
You see that, Tebow? Even a wide receiver can throw better.
Why don't people do that more often? I never see passes from the Wildcat.
Because look how perfect spiral to one of the fastest guys on the field. It's hard to do.
Did he play quarterback at any time?
All
he
right,
did.
number 3, the Music City Miracle version 2.0, minus the playoff drama, minus the Buffalo Bills, but add week 3 of crazy NFL season, and the result is this. Tommy Campbell takes the punt return to the house.
To the house.
There we go.
He's gone.
Why don't more teams do this? I mean, that's pretty ballsy, but it's very effective.
I mean, it hasn't been done like this since the Music City Miracle. And it looks just like it, except it's not a kickoff, it's a punt. But same effect, still equals a touchdown. Different coach.
And the man I was talking about, Sean Hill, subbing in for injury-prone Stafford, connecting on a last-second Hail Mary pass. Sean Hill, he just comes in. He's the best backup quarterback in the NFL in my eyes. He comes out and he gets it done. Even when he was with San Francisco, he did the same thing. I don't know why they got rid of him or let him go, but
All right, defense, you got to bat this down faster, harder, or bat it down backwards. His teams are waiting for it.
he
Bat
played it
forward.
perfectly. He knew they were going to knock it off, and he was just sitting there waiting for it.
Practice that. Gronk almost did the same thing in Super Bowl. Number 1,
What the whole world is talking about.
the catch heard around the world. The NFL's first touchback worth 6 points.
Look at that beautiful block in the back on the top right there. Boom.
Clay Matthews almost got him too. Check this out.
Oh, he still stuck him, though.
It's clearly an interception. And for you guys wanting to know the rule, there is a rule of simultaneous catch, but both players have to catch the ball at the same time. But clearly Jennings catches it first. Then Tate reaches his arms in there and grabs it. That is not a simultaneous catch. And Tate even takes his arms out, then quickly puts it back in.
And then Carroll, God, what a scummy person.
And look at
Oh
the
man,
crowd.
I really loathe Carroll now. I'm sorry.
He's from USC.
I don't care. He left, and honestly, that's what made me start disliking him. Is that he left when all that turmoil happened. He took off right when he knew it was coming down.
Hey, you leave sometimes.
New
you leave,
NFL
you catch
rule:
wins.
you can get a touchdown by catching the guy
Terrible.
that caught the ball.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I mean,
I
these
thought that's
replacement
funny.
refs, like I said, they're put in a situation where it's a lose-lose situation. One of the guys, actually, the guy who caught the
Come
touchdown
on.
was seen in a Fresno club yesterday with a girl wearing a Packers jersey. I mean,
Well, she's not mad about it then. So.
yeah, I mean,
Wow.
Good for him.
whatever.
Look, who was the line judge? That was first of all, the pass shouldn't matter. Whoever caught it, who cares? The offensive interference with the shove in the back on Sam
that should've
Shields.
been
Come on,
called.
like
You have to call
how
that.
does he not notice that? He was standing on the pylon, looking in that direction. That should be the first thing he saw, but he's
Actually,
staring
the
at the
line
ball.
judge was even in the wrong position. When the ball was in the air, he should have ran to a different position to catch a different look at it. But he never moved. He just stood at the same place. The real referees would have moved.
It was
to
so
get a better
ridiculously
look at
obvious. I mean,
was
come
like-
on. And not only that, he can get hurt. He was about
Nobody
to
knew
jump.
what they were doing.
it. Do that one again. Do that side again.
It was like
Yeah.
they were like, your
The
arms
DX.
went up, my arms will go up. What are we?
Yeah, that was
one,
the best
one was
part,
singing a
actually.
touchdown, and then at the same time, the other
This guy
signal
like
touchback.
Right next to each other. No,
Yeah.
and neither one of them noticed.
Yeah, both were looking down at the ball.
Ridiculous.
So,
All right.
your terrible award. I'm gonna actually. You go ahead and take this first because you had a good point of your terrible award, Tricia.
I don't even remember.
Oh.
Oh well, the replacements refs. Yeah, I mean they definitely deserve the terrible award. They're
Terrible.
terrible.
Quite frankly.
Yeah, and it's too much. I want to watch football. I don't want to listen to this. I don't want to have Sports Center about this. I know you're gonna argue with me. And say,
I'm not. Why?
because I
damn.
just feel.
Jesus.
I love the tension between you two.
I'll argue with you. I'll let you speak your piece.
But I
Give your terrible award out.
my terrible award, Michael Vick again. He keeps coming up. I mean, almost $40 million guaranteed to a guy that
That's
can't read a
insane.
defense. And I have to put Andy
Reed.
Reed in there as well. I mean, you know the guy can't read defenses, so you're gonna have him throw 50 times a game. I mean, that's your fault too.
And Vic came out today saying, "No, I'm not worried about my job. I know I can handle this."
Good luck with that. Oh, it doesn't matter. He's never going to get benched because he can get hurt before he gets benched anyway. So it doesn't
And
matter.
the thing
Even
is,
with that
he's-
protective shield
if
he
you-
wears.
Doesn't mean that Teflon.
Kevlar. But you guys see the when we ran that highlight earlier, he has time. People say, "Oh, he doesn't have time." He has time. 3-step drop is designed for just that. 3-step, read 1-2 receivers, get the ball out. He's holding the ball for 5 or 6 seconds on a 3-step drop, and the protection is not designed to give you 5 or 6 seconds protection. It's his fault. Don't put that song on my head.
You have to check out that YouTube about the refs with the "Call Me Maybe" song. It's
I heard
really
about it. Okay,
funny.
I'll check it out.
It's so funny.
We'll post it on our Facebook so you guys can check it out.
It's funny.
My terrible award goes to Alex Smith.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Wow.
So people don't say I'm biased. I'm dumping on him because he made one of the most boneheaded plays I've ever seen in my life. The sack he took where the defensive
He
player
laid down.
had a 10-yard sprint directly in front of him, and he just sat there and
laid
took it.
down. Yeah.
He throws the ball away all the time, and the one time he should have done it, he holds onto it and gets blasted.
Yeah.
It just set the tone for the game. He was jumpy the entire game. He was happy feet. He looked, and I hate this phrase, like the old Alex.
Yeah.
He just did not look poised. He looked rattled for whatever reason. He didn't get it done, and I put a lot of this loss on him.
And even you saw flashes, like, because we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Is Crabtree going to be that third down guy that we all?
Oh, he
hoped?
is.
Yeah, and it even showed. He went to him a lot of times in third down, but if he was covered, it looked like Alex Smith didn't know what to do.
Right.
And
He
it
just
shouldn't be that way.
that's the major difference I see between him and Cap. Cap, for whatever reason, when the pocket breaks down, because the 49ers, their offensive line to me is their issue. They're great at run blocking, but pass protecting, they're terrible. Especially like Ayupati.
He still had time.
But he needs protection all the time. If it breaks down, it's like he gets scatterbrained.
Yeah.
And Cap, I've noticed, Cap thrives in that kind of environment. And if you're going to have a team that can't pass protect, I'm not saying put in Cap, but when it's Cap's turn, you're going to see the difference.
Yeah. When is his turn? So you're saying it's inevitable?
No, it's next season. It's not this season.
Yeah. I think, quite honestly, if San Francisco, every team has their weaknesses. Of course, the NFL, the parity is amazing in the NFL this year. But if the 49ers had a different quarterback, like I'm just throwing out like Matt Ryan or something like that, there would be no stopping.
No.
Stopping.
Don't agree with that, see? Because Matt Ryan's the same. He needs protection. Once he starts running, he's worthless. They need a quarterback that can scramble. A Drew Brees, Tom Brady type, or Ben Roethlisberger honestly would be the best fit for the 49ers.
Yeah.
Because he's the best at. He doesn't have to scramble a whole lot. He just creates another 2 seconds to throw the ball, waits for somebody to get open.
More than 2 seconds.
Right.
Big Ben is
but
amazing.
he's the best at that.
Yeah.
And Alex, that's not Alex's game. So if the pocket's going to break down, Alex is going to suffer.
All right, so you want to do our week 3 predictions?
Let's go.
I'm going to do them on the fly. That's how I roll.
This is week 4 predictions.
Oh, week 4 predictions. I'm sorry. I'm like the replacement.
That's okay. What week is it? What number?
Come on, buddy.
Explain.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's go Chargers.
I know. Red team
Bulls.
this way.
Yeah, you have to watch that video though. It's funny.
So week 3 predictions and bets results. Actually, I think it was Abel who lost.
What? No.
Yeah.
Count it.
We have to count it. We'll put it on Facebook, and next week we'll make them pay double the amount. And they'll read a statement.
Sweet.
So
I'm winning.
There's a lot riding on this week here. There's a lot riding. Loser will have to wear their opposing team colors for the day and read a statement. We're going to emphasize read a statement. And we're going to make them stand up
Of course.
in front of everybody.
When it's my turn.
OMG.
I'm winning. I don't care. I ain't worried about it.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are going to hurt yourselves.
That's
So,
okay.
Let's do our week 4 predictions. Let's go ahead. Let's do this.
All right.
Let's do this.
Okay, our first game we've got Cleveland and Baltimore.
Baltimore by 13 and a half. This is a weird line, even though it's in Baltimore. I'm not buying into Cleveland's defense at all, but 13 points is a lot.
Sack up. Yes or no?
Baltimore.
I gotta go. I'm going Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
I wrote it down in ink. I wrote it down in ink.
I'm going Cleveland.
You got
Mr. Tovar.
I got Baltimore.
All right.
I'm going Cleveland.
All right. Next we got New England at Buffalo. Ron, what you got?
You know Ron got New England all day long.
That's too bad for Ron. Nah, I'm with him.
I'm with him.
New England at Buffalo. For some reason, New England has a hard time in Miami and in Buffalo every year. I'm gonna go Buffalo. $200 to start the segment. Let's do this.
All right.
I'll start working on your statement.
Minnesota and Detroit.
At Detroit.
I'm going Detroit. Just so you know. Even though.
Yeah, I'm going Detroit. They
Detroit.
gotta win some games.
They'll get it back and show that Minnesota game last week was a fluke.
Carolina at Matty Ice's house. Atlanta.
I'm going Matty Ice. You see how the Giants just destroyed Carolina at home. Carolina looked like a JV team on Thursday night.
But they're not. I don't know why people think they were that good to begin with. I mean, they only won 6 games last year.
I mean, they looked good enough to score more than what they did. I mean, that game wasn't even enjoyable.
What are we talking about here?
I'm going Atlanta.
Let's see. Hold on. I got to see something before I make a pick here.
And their defense, I thought, was a lot better than what they showed.
Let's see. Who's Atlanta played so far? They played the Chiefs and the Broncos.
And they played the Chargers.
And the Chargers.
No, that was Houston.
Yeah, let's go with Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think they'll destroy
Alright, your
them.
San Francisco 49ers at the New York Jets.
That's just silly.
Yeah.
I'm taking the 49ers.
Put me down. You know who.
I don't even have to ask.
Thank you.
Alright, we got San Diego Chargers at Kansas City.
I'm taking Kansas City.
So
They're going to
am I.
ride the wave. They're going to ride the wave. And I think San Diego, I have no faith in North.
And they're at Kansas City?
Yeah. I think Kansas City evens it up 2-2.
Who you got, Trish?
Kansas City.
I'm with you.
Alright, next game, Tennessee at Houston. Jake Locker,
Man,
Matt Schwab.
12 points.
Once again.
I
I
went-
got to go Tennessee here.
Alright,
12
I went
points
Houston.
is too much.
Damn it.
Houston is a stout defensive team, but that's a lot of points to swallow.
Yeah. Let's go Houston.
Alright, so St. Louis is hosting Seattle.
I'm going Seattle, baby.
I'm going
Seahawks.
St. Louis.
I'm going Seattle. I'm sorry, Brad. I have no faith in Bradford.
That's my only problem.
Yeah.
Manahill at Arizona.
Miami.
What did I say? Manahill?
Yeah,
I mixed up Miami and Tannehill.
Tannehill. You know what you're thinking about.
Wow. Focus.
He's married.
It's called being creative. Give me a break.
This wife's
I'm
hot.
taking Arizona.
Miami at Arizona.
I'm buying into Arizona. I'm taking it.
Yeah, I'm going to take Arizona over
Whoa,
Miami.
this isn't buying. They're playing Miami.
Yeah.
And it's in
It's
Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're playing Miami. It's Arizona. So I'm going with
Don't
Arizona.
hate because they're in the NFC
What
West.
about these
I'm
Oakland
not.
Raiders at the Denver Broncos? A mile high here.
6.5 points.
Denver.
Denver all day.
Denver.
Now let's think about this.
6.5. Denver.
Let's think about
Thought
Denver's
about it.
defense
Book it.
isn't what it was last year. They lost their defensive coordinator, and he's actually coaching the Raiders. You got to think about this for a second. He knows them inside and out, even though there is a different guy at the quarterback and him, but he knows their defense inside and out. And he knows their players and what they can do. I say the Raiders will lose this game by 3, 4, but I don't think they're going to lose by a touchdown. So I'm going to go Raiders
Denver.
points.
Denver.
Weird. Cincinnati at Jacksonville.
I'm taking Natty. I got Dawn and my baby Hawk, baby. I told you guys to pick him up in your fantasy. If you haven't yet, you're slipping.
They don't even understand you right now.
Baby Hawk, Andrew Hawkins.
Yeah, I'm going Cincinnati also.
We only put him on every segment of
Put me down
every
for
show.
Cincy.
Put you down for what?
Cincinnati. Wait, what do you think?
Yes.
I thought you said Tennessee. Don't ask. New Orleans at Green Bay.
More alcohol for you.
I'm going Green Bay.
That's a lot of points again. These Vegas, what are you
7.5.
doing?
But it's gonna be a high scoring game.
Yeah. I think Green Bay's pissed.
Oh,
And New Orleans
they're
doesn't
gonna come
have-
out beating people up. They're gonna
Yeah.
run the refs over and be all, call it.
Yeah. And I think New Orleans, they can't stop a junior high team right now defensively. I got to go Green Bay with the points, man.
Yeah, I'll take Green Bay too.
Washington Redskins at Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm going to go Washington. I'm going to go Washington and take my 3 points.
Tampa.
I'm going Tampa. I'm thinking about playing Freeman this week. Don't ask. Your New York Jets
Giants.
at Philadelphia.
It's been a long day. I
It's
know.
Yeah.
Miami Hill or whatever.
Miami Hill.
Wow. You messed up the mess up.
I'm going
Giants.
Giants.
I'm definitely going Giants.
Philly's really, yeah, damn it.
Even though it's in Philly,
They're
Vic-
actually favored. That's insane.
Vic will get sacked like
Vegas has some weird stuff.
4
going on
times.
this
And
I want to
first
see
one.
Umanura against Shady McCoy.
I'm picking 1,
Their
2,
Twitter war's
3,
epic.
4, 5, 6.
You seen it?
No.
You don't know what they? Oh, they're over. They've been going
On
at it
Twitter?
for like 2 years.
Who has?
Oh.
OC Umanura and Shady McCoy.
Really?
Yeah, you don't know about it, really?
No.
Oh man, Umanura's called him a ballerina.
He does dance a lot in the back.
McCoy called him the third best lineman on their team.
And he is the third best lineman.
And then he said he lied. He's actually the fourth now.
Oh.
Was it? Yeah, Umanura wished Shady McCoy Happy Mother's Day.
Oh.
They go at it on Twitter.
Okay.
There's a bunch of little things that they do.
Some
They don't like
inside
each other.
stuff here.
Who are you taking?
I'm going Giants.
Our Monday night game, Chicago at Dallas.
Oh, this is a good one. I'll let you guys go.
Let's hope that it's not another debacle with the refs. Because I don't think they're going to make it in time. If they don't make it, regular refs don't make it by tomorrow, which is, of course, they don't have a deal, so they're not going to make it by tomorrow.
Well, they're supposed to have it tonight, though.
I don't think so. And if they don't have the regular refs for tomorrow's game,
Just
you
gotta-
can't have them play Sunday and the regular
No,
refs play Sunday and Monday.
no.
It's
I
not
think
fair.
they're gonna sign it tonight, but they're not gonna
No,
officiate,
I just got
officiate
an
this week.
update that the negotiations between the NFL and the locked out officials Wednesday continued past 11 p.m. They haven't.
Stalled.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere tonight.
This is all a ploy, just to make us think that they're doing something.
Yeah,
But I'm going to pick. This is tough. Dallas getting 3.5 points here. But it's going to define what kind of guy Jay Cutler's going to be for the season. I still like the guy when he's on the field.
Cannot look at
When
him.
he's on the field, like literally on the field. Whenever his helmet's off, I hate the guy.
What did you like? Lost his cat?
Yeah,
Scared cat?
his
You
cat.
like the kitty
It's like
cat?
whenever you see him without his helmet, it's like his cat is up a tree and he doesn't know how to get him down. The whole time his helmet's on. But I'm gonna go Chicago.
Me also.
That's 8 underdogs for me this
I
week.
guess I'll go against the grain since someone's got to. I got Dallas.
Whenever I put faith in Dallas, they always let me down.
I got Dallas. DeMarcus Ware is going to terrorize Cutler.
All right, so that's our weekly picks. If you guys want to play along with us, post on Facebook, facebook.com/YourMCM. Check us out. Real quick, the Magic Mineral Facial Scrub by Dr. Olen Gin. Using Dr. Olen Gin's unique Dead Sea mineral-based formulas, the fine texture of their Magic Mineral Facial Scrub is enriched with Dead Sea minerals and contains acid, which moisturizes
You're
the
terrible.
skin
Triethylamine.
and moderates its pH levels.
The facial scrub also contains propylene glycol, which is an antioxidant that targets free radicals and rejuvenates the skin, allowing the scrub to easily cleanse facial skin and neck, removing dead skin cells and makeup residue. All this to give your skin a silky smooth feeling.
So go ahead and check it out. It smells really great. It works really great. And someone who works in the industry said it's awesome. So go ahead and check it out.
Who do we know that works in the industry? This
Tricia.
one? This one?
Yeah, she's multi-talented. So coming up next, we have Darrell Rivas updates, John Fox updates, and we're going to talk more about the refs because they stink. Coming up next on your MCM Sports Show.
What if you invested in MJ before he was MJ? What if you owned Carrie before she was an idol?
Football trades here. Racing trades here. Music trades here. Movies trade here. Everything you talk about, everything you think about, all trade here. People are real. The money's real. The profits are real. So will you cash in big on the FSA stock exchange? Sign up now and get started. Check your portfolio. Search out the next big star and make it play. Real money, real profits. The FSA stock exchange. It pays to play. Start trading now. www.fsastockexchange.com.
Double your money in 8 to 10 weeks. Everyone makes money with us, period. No selling, no phone calls, no sponsoring, no recruiting, no experience necessary. Over 200% of return in 8 to 10 weeks can be set up to run on autopilot. 30 days, no questions asked guaranteed. This system has already paid me $700 in 4 weeks. Wow, and no sponsoring required to earn. Just visit bannersbroker.com/TMF. That's bannersbroker.com/TMF. Join today and start earning this week guaranteed. bannersbroker.com/TMF. Still not satisfied? Still need proof? Visit this YouTube video below. You'll see many more verifying proof of payments from Banners Broker. Lots of them. Best business online that works for you while you're out doing other things. bannersbrokers.com/TMF.
No, that was it.
Welcome back to your MCM Sports Show with Brian Rose.
Tricia Callahan.
Abel Tovar.
All right, we're going to get right into the Darrell Rivas debacle. Rivas Island is closed for the rest of the season with a torn ACL. All right, tell me about it. How do you feel? You think they're... I like this for this week, though.
Now the playoffs, I think the playoffs are even in jeopardy for them now. To lose a
I
player...
think they were in jeopardy
I know. You thought they were
before
going?
this happened.
I think they had a chance at 8-8, maybe 9 wins.
What's that going to get them?
Maybe a wild card berth.
No.
But I think that their playoff hopes are shot. To lose a person of that much importance on your defense, a leader on defense, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for them to overcome. Maybe even impossible. So I think it has a major impact on the team.
No, it's like the equivalent of the Ravens losing Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
They're not gonna recover from that. He locked down a whole side of the field, and now it's open season. And thankfully, they're playing the 49ers coming up.
Yeah, I like that.
Alex is going to get to rebound on this one. I mean, if he doesn't, then he's got some issues. If he doesn't light it up against this team, well, I don't expect him to light him up, but I expect him to go back to their running style and then throw it up. But he's be able to pick them apart.
Now, does Manningham, does he play slot for you guys? Or is
They move him around. They move him around. Crabtree is honestly more of the slot.
All right, John Fox, Jack Del Rio, and Belichick were fined.
Fizzed.
$50,000 for Belichick for grabbing the official.
Yeah.
They said that the NFL has made over $500,000 in fines so far of the replacement officials.
Could have
only.
paid the real refs with it then.
Yeah.
Give it that. I like that.
See?
So here's the thing: it's the referees are so bad, and they're trying to use the fine money to make up for the bad calls. And is that a good way to police your league? No, it's not. It's too late. Damage has already been done. Take a look at Hayward Bay. He was in the hospital all Monday trying to recover from a neck and a head injury that he received, all because a player lay with his head because he thought he can get away with it because these refs weren't going to call it. And guess what? The refs didn't call it. And the play before that, they got away with almost the same darn thing, and the refs didn't call it. So the fine system isn't going to help. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to help. I think they need to get the real refs in here and police the league correctly.
I want Big Guns Ed back.
Yeah.
I'm all fine for them. These coaches are going to get fined for one thing or another. Might as well be the refs. At least they're voicing their opinions. And nobody's happy with them, so there's going to be all kinds of crazy fines as long as these replacement refs are there. Now, the Belichick one, though, that's the big one because he actually touched an official.
Yeah.
Should he be suspended a game?
I thought he was going to get it. I thought he was.
I think the only reason he wasn't is because they understand how bad the refs are.
Maybe that's what put in play.
That's a little leeway. Like, if he did it to a regular official, yeah, he'd be gone. But because did you see that call? Why he was so pissed off?
Yeah, well, it was a couple of calls. It was wasn't like a pass interference right before that.
Well, no, the final kick was.
No, but he was upset the play before that because he didn't get explanation what was going on, and he was asking for it. So not only that, he didn't get explanation for it. They kicked that whole debacle, and the frustration just built.
Do you think the kick was good?
The views that I was able to see and the views that we played, it looked good.
I thought so. Yeah.
But I don't know. If it did extend to the heaven, maybe it hits the upright or the right side, but you never know. You never know.
Well, what are we talking about now?
Has the NFL taken a step back in your eyes? Is the Shield is worthy $9 billion?
I think the Shield has a little dent in it, but there's nothing to stop the NFL. Concussions can't stop the NFL. Fines can't stop the NFL. Bad referees can't stop the NFL. The ratings just keep growing. It's what Americans love to do. We love to watch our football. We love to bet. We love to play fantasy football.
We love the drama.
It's the best the reality TV show on television. And we like to see it unfold.
Monday night I probably had 100 text messages about, did you see that?
Yeah.
And that's all it said.
My thing with that, I don't see why. I get it is a bad call, but I don't see why people are so pissed off, especially Green Bay fans. First of all, your team only scored 12 points, and they let your quarterback be sacked 9 times. Yeah. They shouldn't have won that game regardless. Honestly, they should have been blown out if it wasn't for Russell Wilson, not able to do anything on the offensive end.
Right. Some people stop it that pass interference wasn't called, and then they're pissed. Well, no matter what.
That one, okay, that is worse. Like I said, that's worse than the catch.
Yeah, there were so many. There was a lot of blown calls, the pass interference call on Green Bay leading to that drive was just terrible. And then of course Green Bay were the beneficiary of some bad calls in their favor, of course, in that game. But the officiating in that game was just bad.
I don't think it's taking a step back. I like it. To me, it's like old school football, especially with the hits. I'm glad they don't call them.
I was thinking about that too a little bit earlier today. I was like, man, I kind of like the way that people are hitting now. The only thing I don't like is the phantom pass interference calls in crucial moments. I don't like that.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, I could do away with that.
All right, moving along to baseball, Abel's favorite sport.
Oh, yeah.
The Giants
about time, yeah.
The Giants have clinched the NL West. How are your Dodgers doing? Our Giants are leading 5-0 the Diamondbacks right now.
Okay, the Giants are doing Dodgers. I wish the Giants were doing terrible, but the Dodgers are doing terrible. The Dodgers actually won today. Actually, they're winning. Yeah, they won 8-2.
Yeah, they played early.
Are they still in it?
Let me see how many games there are back at the wild card because I can't catch Giants, obviously.
Did you hear about the book that Eric Gagne wrote?
Yeah, he said 80% of the Dodgers.
They're on HGH.
HGH.
Don't finish the sentence. Don't leave that out.
80% of the Dodgers are overpaid.
They still suck.
Well, here's the thing is
HGH overpaid and they suck.
I think a lot of people in the NFL and in pretty much any sport is on HGH. There's really no test to detect it. It's almost you can't really detect it.
I'd do it if I could.
And yeah, why wouldn't you do it? There's $1 million on the line. If everybody's doing it, it's an even playing field, right? That's why we talked about before. Barry Bonds, I don't care about the blemish on his record. Why? Because everybody was juicing.
Right.
Roger Clemens,
that was the error.
If he was doing it, I don't care. You don't think the hitters were doing it that he was facing?
Right. It was all even.
It's even. But the Dodgers are 3.5 games back with like 7 games to go. I don't think they're going to catch Atlanta, to be quite honest with you. I think the Dodgers are out. It's my last chance
to
wear this jersey, so I wore it today. But my A's, they're actually
A's.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. How many teams can you be a fan of?
What?
Anybody that claimed LA at one point or whatever.
He's the biggest bandwagon fan I know.
I've been an A's fan, dude. The A's haven't done anything since 2006, but I've still been a fan. Still going to the games.
Because they're like $2 on Tuesday.
Hey.
And because companies buying the tickets.
Yeah. But I still do like the team. And Oakland looks like they might even have a chance to catch Texas if they keep winning, and they're going to play them 5 more times.
Do you think that it turns out to be a Bay series again?
No.
You don't see them going deep in the playoffs if they make it?
No. Well, here's the thing: there's a lot of tough teams in the American League, and you can even tell if you look at the National League, a lot of things are already sold up because the National League is very top heavy. In the American League, on the other hand, there's a lot of good teams at the top and toward the middle of the road. But let me just take a quick glance just to see what they have to face. Like you have the Yankees, Baltimore, Detroit now, which is ahead of the White Sox, who's on a downslide. You have Texas. And even you take a look at the Giants, they're not going to have an easy road either. You have Washington, which is playing lights out.
They're not going to have Strasburg.
They're still playing lights out. And you look at the amount of offense they produce. It doesn't really matter. And you also have Atlanta, which is doing pretty good. They clinched the wild card. You have Cincinnati, which is playing out of their mind. I mean, the Giants are going to have a tough time too. That's what I like about baseball. Even though you look at the salaries might be mismatched, but the parity is still pretty decent.
What do you love about baseball?
I love when it's over. I love it. I love when October's over. That's when it's the best.
I can't wait for basketball season.
Exactly.
I'm so
Some real sports.
So excited.
I don't want to make my comparison of sports because apparently I got some messages last week when I talked down on soccer and hockey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, hockey was at 1% of the world. 0.1%.
I love hockey.
When I called hockey frozen soccer. You know what? Get over it, people. Soccer sucks. You know why they play it in third world countries? Because you only need one ball and that's it. You need equipment for real games, real sports.
All right, so his name is Abel Tovar. His Twitter is...
You can find him. Throw that
coming.
Twitter up, Ron. Throw that Twitter up for Abel.
Yeah, throw his little picture up there, Ron.
If you're a soccer fan, I don't care what your opinion is in the first place.
Throw his picture up there.
Yeah, it's a great picture, by the way, guys. Thanks, producer.
So you can find Abel at your MCM_Abel.
Bring it.
So coming up next, we're going to talk about the big game, talk about the night game, what they got coming up forward. We're going to try to run through it really quick. I know that we're running short on time. But coming up next, we're going to give you the pulse of our nation in the Bay Area.
Oh, now we got a nation.
We got a nation.
Urination. We are faithful.
Urination.
Thank you. God, that's beautiful.
Coming up next on your Man Cave Sports Show.
$5 every time.
Do you play video games but don't have the money to keep up with all the latest titles? We have a solution. GameFly. Choose from over 7,000 exciting titles, no late fees. Enjoy the games as long as you want with free shipping to and from your door. And thanks to Man Cave Media, you can try it before you buy it. As a GameFly member, you can rent as many games as you want and play them as long as you want for one low monthly fee. Manage your own personal wish list of games with what they call My Game Queue. Check out 1 or 2 games at a time. When you're done, send a game back to them, and the next pick in your game queue will automatically be sent to you. There are never any due dates or late fees for members. Plus, members get unlimited PC play for free. That's right, unlimited PC play for free. To start your free trial, here's what you have to do. Visit www.themancavemag.com/offers and click on the GameFly icon. That's www.themancavemag.com/offers.
Look. Boom!
Oh, hello, and welcome back to your Man Cave Media Sports Show. I'm Tricia Callahan alongside
Brian Rose.
Abel Tovar.
And that guy.
We're just watching Snooki get punched in the
You
face.
just said JWoww's hot. I almost died.
She is hot.
Oh my god.
You really have to have like a little side.
JWoww's
show
not
we
hot.
talk about during the commercials.
Why is JWoww not hot?
Who?
JWoww.
I don't know who that is.
Jersey Shore.
I don't know
Yeah.
anybody on that show.
We'll school you. We'll bring you up to date.
Exactly.
So let's talk about the Raiders first.
Pictures of JWoww. We got to talk.
The Raider game, it was good to see him get a win, like I said earlier. The zone blocking actually showed some good and showed what it can do. But once again, it was against a slow team defensively, especially on the defensive line. We're going to see what they do against a fast team defensively against Denver.
Oh, they played Denver?
Yeah, in Denver.
Ooh.
So I think they're going to have a little bit tougher time. But I think they did show some promise offensively.
Take it down.
But I still have them losing the game.
There's not a picture that could convince me.
Yeah, she's ugly.
We'll see. I don't just take her side to do it. Gang up on me. That crap doesn't work.
Trust me, fish face.
Fish face.
Done.
All right, let's talk about some Niners. Abel, take it away.
Oh yeah, let's talk. Well, let's say they didn't show up. They left their skills, their heart in the Bay Area and didn't pack it. They got beat on both sides of the ball. They got out 49ered. Vikings beat them at their own game. I mean, they just roughed them up on both sides. Ponder looked like he was a seasoned vet. He was amazing. He scrambled at all the right times, made the right reads, didn't force anything. We did stop Adrian Peterson. He only had 86 carries on 25.
86 yards.
86 yards on 25 carries, so it was like 3 yards a carry.
So 86 carries. That's
But they did give up
He is
146
Superman.
yards total. But that's because of the one like 30-yard scramble by Ponder,
Yeah.
and then a couple little runs they got out.
They looked
here
a little
and
bit slower to the edges, and I'm not used to seeing that team slow to the edge.
So,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I'm done.
All right. I want to know Abel's opinion on this. If you had to pick one guy on the team, our Niners, that performed this week, who would it be?
Gore. He had performed, but he just didn't get the opportunities.
What about Kyle Williams?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
the return.
I'm sorry. He actually, ever since last year's debacle in the NFC Championship game, he's been on a mission to prove something. And every time he touches the ball, he just goes.
He got the game back in reach.
Do you know
I
he's
mean-
a San Jose native?
No, I didn't know.
He does. He is. His parents shop at my mom's grocery store.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Small
Some
world.
inside
Actually,
stuff for
his
you
dad is the general manager of the White Sox.
That's right.
there. Yeah,
So he's been around pro sports his whole life.
Yeah.
that's why that whole debacle didn't really faze him, because he's used to seeing it. But thank you for joining. We're going to talk about next week what the Raiders did and what the Niners did. We're going to talk more
And
baseball.
maybe our replacement refs will be gone, and we'll have Ed
hope
and
so.
the crew back.
Yeah, I hope so. And we're going to get a little boxing update, talk about boxing and the UFC matches.
Mayweather scared, baby.
I hope the fight takes place. It will save boxing.
Scared.
It'll save boxing.
Would you want to go to that fight?
Heck yeah, I'll go to that. But it'd probably
It'd
be
be
too
like
expensive for me to even
$5,000 to
go.
sit at the last row in the back with the guy
Yeah,
in
no,
front
I
of
would
you.
want to watch it on TV.
Yeah, I
I
like
catch
watching
every
stuff
punch.
on TV.
Yeah.
Because Floyd is scared, and honestly, I was a Money Mayweather man. Now that I've seen how he's acted, I hope he
I
gets
think if
knocked
they
out.
fight, I actually think that Mayweather will win. I think that Packer doesn't have the power that he did, even a couple fights ago.
I don't know.
But I hope they do fight. But we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing on Facebook. Thanks for subscribing on YouTube. We love you guys.
Follow us on Twitter, baby.
On Twitter. Oh my God. Your MCM Sports Show. We'll see you next week. We out.
Bye.
Oh my god, it's like Photoshop, and thank God somebody else did her makeup, but if she